Well, hello again. This time we're going to look at fixing the problem that I had last time when I swapped out the transmission cassette in the motor right now. The pinion retainer snapped off. Now the bolt is only rated at 36, 37 foot-pounds, and I had my wrench set at 35, and it just came off like it was made out of cheese. So it goes in here like this, but it was a noticeably different grade bolt than this particular one. So I just happen to have a couple spares, but I don't think, actually, you know what, that one's not long enough. Yeah. So anyway, I might end up using this. I might end up getting an original one just because it's the same grade, and then yeah, I guess maybe safety wiring it on. Shouldn't have to do that, but anyway. So to get the bottom of the bolt out of the other transmission, I'm going to use these. Now these are reverse twist drill bits. As you can see, it says left hand twist bit. So that means that by rotating this way instead of the conventional way, it actually exerts a loosening torque on the bolt. Now there is Loctite on the bolt, but if there's enough force, it might overcome that Loctite and loosen it. So I've just got to make sure that I drill very accurately down there. What I might even do is make a sleeve to put inside here and then put the drill bit in, so it aligns the drill perfectly with the internal diameter of this shaft, so it cannot damage the threads that are in this shaft. And of course, if all else fails, I'll just pull the transmission out and put this one in. Wouldn't be the end of the world. It only took 10 minutes to remove the transmission last time and 20 minutes to install it. So to do that again would be quite quick and easy. Maybe 30 to 40 minutes work to swap the transmission and get this gear out, although of course I'll fix this problem before I do install it. So yeah, that's the plan now. I will do some drilling and we'll see how it goes, and I'll probably add that to the end of this video. So yeah, here goes. Okay, following on from the last video, you'll notice that this bolt now screws into the output shaft. It's a new bolt, and I've drilled through it for a safety wire. This is the shaft from my spare transmission, and you'll notice this is a new sprocket with holes in it because, considering the low torque that this bolt is supposed to have, I felt better knowing that if it's safety wired, that it won't come loose. So I'll set it to the 35 Newton meters it's supposed to be set at. There we go, 36. And now we're going to safety wire it in place so it can't come loose. Very simple process. Simply a matter of tying it from here to there. So it's going to want to come loose that way, so we want to have a bit of an angle to there. So I'll use my trusty safety wire pliers. That's about it for that. And a simple matter of running it through here. Sounds like my neighbour's enjoying his bike. Okay, it's not as pretty as I normally like to do it, but it will serve its purpose. Now, the key issue here, always put a little bend on the end of the wire. Those things are really sharp. There. Okay, so that cannot come loose under any circumstances, so we're good to go. And I can go back to finishing this one, which I started earlier. I don't normally safety wire brake bolts on a track day bike. Normally I only do that on a race bike, but well, I had some spare bolts that had already been drilled, so I thought I would do it. So, as you can see, I've already wired the bottom one, put some fuel tubing over the wire so it doesn't scratch the calipers. So I'll use these bolts until I'm ready to trade up on this bike, and then I'll put the originals back in that don't have any holes drilled in them. Okay. So again, we have to make sure that we wire it so that the bolts are not being pulled open. So to come loose, that one goes that way, so we've got the wire pulling that way, and then we do it on the opposite side over here. So again, it's preventing the bolt from coming undone. And we want to rotate this way. Now, there's a little trick here. See, I've got that little void there, which we don't want to have, so we just give it a sort of a swoop like that, and there we go. It's taking up that space, so now it's nice and snug. Beautiful. So, again, and don't leave these lying around. These will go through a tire quite easily. So we'll just bend it over, crimp it down, and then you can't lose any skin. Okay, so these are both done on both sides. Let's see, what else do I need to do? I'm going to repaint my front fender because it got a little beat up after a couple of years of track days. And what else? So I've got that. This centering bolt's back to the way it should be. Got the transmission in, got the valves adjusted, good tires, good chain, everything is set to go. So hopefully we'll be all set for the next track day. So that's all for now. Okay, extra little video. I forgot that I bought this. So it's a handy little keyless gas cap. We'll just make it a little easier. This is actually the second one I bought. I bought one on eBay and it had a different bolt pattern, so luckily for me, AF1 was able to come to the rescue. Okay, there we go, not bad. The fit wasn't absolutely perfect, but it was definitely close enough. And now we don't have to worry about not having a key handy. Not that that's an issue anyway with the key in the ignition, but it's just one less thing to have to worry about and one less thing to wear out. So again, got an eye on condition, longevity, because I'm actually thinking I might trade this bike in for a 17 model, who knows. And keeping this one in the best possible condition will just make that little bit easier when it comes time to trade. Okay, that's all for now.